Hello and welcome to the July 2nd edition of the Thursday Night Thunder podcast with AJ and MMK. This is episode 47 of the series. I'm your host, Adam Jason Sinclair, and tonight on the most hardcore motorsports show on the internet, we'll be celebrating speed, history, and America, and once again reminding you why we are your source for the latest and greatest auto racing news on the planet. It's hard to believe that it's been more than 12 years since I started talking to you guys about racing news and views for an hour or so, almost every Thursday. For most of that time, Michael has been there as well as a sounding board, to listen to me ramble over this true sport. For all of that, I thank you all. Open wheel racing aficionados will be in their element this 4th of July weekend at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Indeed, the entirety of North American professional development system will be on display at the famed 2.258-mile 13-turn road course situated just outside Lexington, Ohio, ranging from the Pinnacle, the NTT IndyCar Series, through the Indy NXT, and all three steps on the highly acclaimed USF Pro Championship presented by Continental Tire ladder. The USF Pro Patriot 250 Grand Prix of Mid-Ohio will comprise 3 races for USF Pro Race 2, for USF 2000, and USF Junior. All 3 levels will be sharing the same race weekend, built for the first time this season. A 4th place finish, along with the fastest race lap and a run-up result during the race and doubleheader weekend at Road America, Wisconsin, allowed Jeffers to extend his margin, although a sweep of race wins brought past Racing's G3 Argos from Newport Beach, California firmly into the mix. The series will reach its halfway point this weekend with the 8th, 9th, and 10th races out of 18. Turn 3 Motorsports teammates Leonardo Escarpioni and Michael Costello, along with VRD Racing's Frankie Vossman and JHDD powered by ECR's Andres Cardenas, also remain in contention for the title and a scholarship valued at almost $600,000 to assist in graduation to NXT in 2027. Florida-based Brazilian Escorpione, the reigning USF Juniors champion, burst onto the scene by winning his debut in Arlington, while Costello from Naples, Florida, secured his maiden victory at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park in May for the first of 2 oval track sessions this season. Half of the USF 2000 series is now in the books, with Colombian teenager Sebastian Garzón continuing to hold the points lead for DE Force Racing. Now in his sophomore season, the former Lucas Oil Formula Car Series champion came out of the blocks with a point to prove, securing 3 wins and 4 more podium finishes from the opening 9 races. The Pabst Racing pair of Australian challengers, Brad Majman and Eddie Beswick, enjoyed a strong weekend at their team's home event at Road America 9 days ago, each taking a race win and combined 5 podiums. Mayman now trails Garzon with a reduced 30-point deficit, with Beswick now up to third, ahead of Exclusive Autosports and Cooley from Makina, Illinois. Cooley took a dominant victory in the only oval race of the season at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park, after teammate Anthony Martella from Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada, tangled with a slower car, having started from pole. Both young chargers have experienced more than their share of misfortune so far this season, although Martella has underlined his capabilities by winning twice on the Indianapolis Grand Prix road course and at Road America. This week represents an opportunity for the USF Juniors contenders to compete in front of an NTT IndyCar Series crowd, so the stakes are high, and especially so for those still in contention for the championship and a scholarship valued at $251,516 to graduate to USF 2000 in 2027. 4 different winners have emerged from the opening 9 races, and no fewer than a dozen have either stood on a podium or claimed the fastest race lap, so the level of competition is extremely high. Like the contenders include Canada's Cole Medeiros and exclusive Autosport teammate Ben Cranston from Greenwich, Connecticut, along with Denmark's Casper Nielsen, JHDD powered by ACR, and 14-year-old VRD racing teammates Edward Candy from Mont-Tremblant, Canada, and Dutchman Dean Hugendorm, both of whom impressed on debut in Canada. The UFS Junior schedule closely resembles that of USF 2000, with 2 45 test sessions today, followed by a hectic Friday comprising practice at 8 a.m., qualifying at 10:30 a.m., and the first race at 1 p.m. The second race is set to start at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Complete coverage can be found on the free USF Pro Championships app, YouTube channel, and respective series websites, usfpro2000.com, usf2000.com, and usfjuniors.com. After a full day on-track plus an NTT IndyCar Series autograph session on Friday, the off-track celebrations will continue with a campers golf cart parade where Mid-Ohio sports cars weekend campers can decorate their golf carts or side-by-sides in patriotic red, white, and blue, and then take a lap on the 2.258-mile 13-turn circuit. Then, shortly after sunset, approximately 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, fans can enjoy a spectacular fireworks show over the 380-acre grounds. On Independence Day, Saturday's schedule includes 5 races, Support Series driver autograph sessions, including with the Indy NXT by Firestone drivers, and the NTT IndyCar Series qualifying session. Additionally, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., young fans are invited to meet at the pond south of Mid-Ohio Tower for fishing, with rods and baits provided by Cabela's while supplies last. After IndyCar qualifying in the late afternoon, the Camping with Honda tradition continues as Honda-powered NTT IndyCar Series drivers will tour the campground areas to meet fans and check out the festive patriotic campsite decor. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, campers and ticketed guests are invited to head to the S's Spectator Mound to watch Superman 2025 edition on the big screen between turns 4 and 5. Grand Prix Plaza, the world's largest and most dynamic Formula One attraction, is pouring the pedal to the metal with a lineup of high-speed experiences, exclusive offers, and can't-miss events in July. From soccer watch parties and rooftop fireworks viewing to limited-time attraction bundles, seasonal cocktails, and chances to win tickets to Formula One Heineken Las Vegas Grand Prix 2026, guests will find something exciting around every turn in Las Vegas. Details on the upcoming specials and events include SIPS Sims and Soccer promotion, now through the 19th. Soccer fans looking for a unique way to watch the World Soccer Championship can pair every match with race-inspired thrills and game day drink specials. The Sims and Soccer promotion brings together tournament watch parties, a nightly reverse happy hour from 8 p.m. until close, featuring 2-for-1 cocktails, wine, and beer, and complimentary access to F1 simulators, where guests can test their skills on the virtual Las Vegas Strip circuit. Fans can also purchase 5 Heinekens for $25 while cheering on their favorite teams. Rooftop fireworks views on July 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. Grand Prix Plaza provides a stunning vantage point to take in fireworks displays lighting up the Las Vegas Strip. Beginning at 9 p.m., guests can enjoy complimentary panoramic views of the city skyline as fireworks illuminate the night sky. On July 4th, the show will be enhanced with an all-American rooftop bar activation, featuring specialty cocktails, festive giveaways, and a lively atmosphere, perfect for celebrating Independence Day. Grand Prix Sundays, race replays at the Grand Prix Plaza. F1 Hub Lounge brings race day energy to Las Vegas with Grand Prix Sundays, a series of elevated rewatch parties. Each event includes complimentary access to F1 simulators and giveaways for Clark County residents, including merchandise and Grand Prix Plaza experience tickets. Reservations are recommended via GrandPrixPlaza.com. Upcoming race replays include the British Grand Prix on Sunday, July 5th. Doors open 11 a.m. Race shown at 12 p.m. The Belgian Grand Prix on July 19th. Doors open 11 a.m. Race shown at 12 p.m. And the Hungarian Grand Prix on July 26th. Doors open 11 a.m. Race shown at 12 p.m. Also, cool down cocktails. Escape the Las Vegas heat and cool off with specialty cocktails at the F1 Hub Lounge. Seasonal menu highlights include the Liberty Lap, $20, made with Belvedere vodka, Maine blueberry simple syrup, and fresh lemon. The Barrel Lane, $22, made with Woodinville bourbon, Mission fig, ginger beer, and fresh lime. The Tropical Throttle, $22, made with Hennessy, banana infused rum, Island citrus, and a rum-soaked pineapple slice. And the Overtake Oasis, $22, made with Vulcan Blanco tequila, orgeat, tiki bitters, and nutmeg. Grand Prix Plaza is open daily for guests to enjoy the variety of attractions, including F1X, F1 Drive, and F1 Hub. Guests can explore F1X's cutting-edge exhibition featuring historic artifacts, memorabilia, and hands-on activations, race on the newly widened track at F1 Drive, or relax at the F1 Hub Lounge, serving American fare and F1-inspired cocktails. The hours of operation are 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday. Food is served at the F1 Hub Lounge from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. during hours of operation. To purchase tickets and, of course, for more information, visit GrandPrixPlaza.com. Professional racing action will feature stars of the Mission AFT Super Twins and Kicker AFT singles, giving local fans a chance to see a national championship event up close in one of the sport's most historic venues. Fans are encouraged to come early and make a full day of it. The City of DuQuoin's free 4th of July celebration will also take place at DuQuoin State Fairgrounds beginning at noon, celebrating America's 250th birthday with food trucks, unique vendors, and shopping, a craft show, kids' rides, live music by the Hoot and Holler Band, and a massive fireworks display in the evening. With multiple events happening in the fairgrounds throughout the day, the 2026 4th of July celebration is expected to be one of the biggest holiday gatherings in southern Illinois. Fans can also see the racing action like never before with the HD VIP experience, which includes reserved seating, an opportunity to meet the Harley-Davidson riders, and a chance to watch the heat races from inside the track. Come early and make a full day of it. The City of DuQuoin 4th of July celebration is free to attend, while tickets are required for the Progressive American Flag Track Racing program. Bring lawn chairs for the city celebration, enjoy the food trucks and live music, then head to the grandstands from bar to bar motorcycle racing on the Magic Mile with grandstand seating view of the firework display. Since its debut in 2001, Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois has hosted 94 races across 7 states, 7 series in its 1.5-mile oval. None, however, have been in the last 7 years. When the checkered flag waved on June 30, 2019, to mark the ending of the Camping World 400 NASCAR Cup Series race, it also marked the end of racing on Chicagoland's D-shaped layout. Safer serving as storage area for pickup trucks awaiting microchips during the global shortage brought on by COVID-19. And a one-off Super Motocross event in 2023, Chicagoland has been dormant. Scooby-Doo vibes replaced the boogity 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 let's go racing mantra, made famous by NASCAR Hall of Fame driver and Fox broadcaster Darrell Waltrip. The most tenured in the group is Denny Hamlin. The NASCAR veteran has made 14 NASCAR Cup Series starts in Chicagoland. The closest drivers behind him are Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano, with 11 Cup Series starts apiece. Many other drivers' time at Chicagoland is far more limited. Technology, specifically time in the simulator, helps bridge the gap between memories from years ago and the Chicagoland of today. Are you a race car driver, crew chief, pit member, track owner? Maybe you're just a huge fan of the sport. Contact us to get your spot on the show. After all, use every 15 minutes of fame, and we'd love to hear from you. Easiest way, of course, is to go to thursdaynightthunderpodcast.podbean.com. Got a little bit of information at the bottom of that page about how to find more information and how to get on the show. Be sure to check that out. It's going to be a big weekend of events all over the country this week. A bunch of 4th of July type things everywhere. It's also going to be hot pretty much everywhere. The only spot that isn't really hot, it's even warm out there compared to what it normally is. It's just not as insanely hot as it is in most of the country. Today was over 100 degrees most of the eastern seaboard and to stretch down to the south as well. It's just insanely hot out there. So be careful, no matter what you're doing this weekend. It's going to be toasty. Do you have any big 4th of July plans? Yeah, it is going to be a really busy weekend. As you say, there's a lot of racing events. Some of them are really big, and I think the lot of cool stuff there. The one at DuQuoin seems interesting. Ohio would be awesome. The one in Chicago also interesting, although Chicagoland is a little bit out of the way compared to the rest of the city, but it's still cool there. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there going on, and there's also an awful lot of events all over the country. Um, Personally, I don't know what we're going to be doing. I know we're going to be going over to dinner on Saturday, sort of a late lunch type thing, but I'm not sure which fireworks thing we're heading to, whether we're going to the one in West Palm that's closer to us, the one in Lake Worth. It's not very far, but Lake Worth has like has drones as well this year, which is kind of cool. West Palm has lasers. So it's either between lasers. So we'll see whichever one of those wins. It'll be one of them anyway. So it should be cool. Um, should be an interesting time. Haven't been to the fireworks in downtown in a few years, so but those will be cool. Um, Weather should be okay. If it's not, then we'll just end up back here watching stuff on TV again. But hopefully the weather holds off. It's been a lot of rain here in the afternoons, which is a good thing, but it might put a little bit of a damper on some of the holiday festivities there. So hopefully it's a decent weather and the rain's done early enough in the day where it's not a problem. That's a that's an interesting thing, especially along West Palm. When they have too much wind, they tend to delay it because the fireworks and multi-million-dollar yachts don't get along very well, and they've had problems with that in the past where the embers land on the deck and then end up with lots of black spots and other things, and that's not very good. So that's a definitely a concern down here, especially in West Palm. So they cover them in some cases. They have guys out on the deck with hoses, those sort of things. So no, most of the time it's not an issue because the stuff just sort of falls straight down. And if the wind's blowing towards the north, sometimes there's problems. If it's blowing towards the east, there's definitely problems. So it can be colorful. It's only happened a few times, but there are some times where there's been several $1,000s worth of damage done to some of those boats there. So I know they tend to try and do their best to keep them clean and keep everything going. But there's also lots of parties on board the yachts for 4th of July, so because you can sit out on your deck and watch the fireworks go off right up off the bow of the boat. So that's pretty cool too. They've they have some pretty neat fireworks cruises. I looked into it a little bit this year. Those are really expensive though, but they do have fireworks cruises for people who are interested in those. I know the Pon-Tiki has a good fireworks cruise that leaves out of Jupiter. I think theirs hits probably Jupiter as well as maybe a little bit of Riviera Beach. I think that the Cruising Tiki's also has a fireworks cruise this year, so that'd be cool to see that too. Um, and there's hotel things that have different fireworks things, and then there's people who just hang out there on the seawall or with their folding chairs, no matter where they go, and watch them that way, which is neat too. Um, in addition to the ones in the water, there's the ones in the parks and all that. So pretty cool. All the stuff around here. There's like 20 different fireworks things in Palm Beach County. So some of them really big, some just like 20 minutes, but everything counts. So should be cool. I like the ones that are they look like little worms in the sky where they zoom around and they do the spinny things there and then they come down and they're sort of hissing as they come down. Don't see those as often anymore, but those are really cool. That's funny. Of course, there's ones now that have like like stars and that sort of thing, like almost American flag looking things in the sky. Those are neat too. Um, be interested to see what they do. It really depends on the budget and everything else. I know there's some budgetary constraints for some communities around the country this year, so the fireworks aren't going to be as huge as they should be for the 250th anniversary. But there's some that are going to be really, really insane. The ones in Washington D.C. are supposed to be 45 minutes long, but those aren't off until like 11 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday night. It's a Saturday night, so whatever, but it's still going to be really late. It'd be good for you if you want to watch it on TV or whatever. But for people who are on the East Coast, you have to spend your whole day around that, and it's going to be 107 degrees in Washington at 8 o'clock p.m. So it's not going to be the best weather to go up there and hang out in the afternoon trying to get a good spot and then wait for fireworks. They're going to take place later in the evening. But at least we have that opportunity. And it's if people want to do that, they can have fun with it. And I'm sure there'll be people out there trying to see that sort of thing. But that's a little too toasty for me, and that's why I'm hoping that the weather here at least rains in the afternoon and that cools it off a little bit more at night. If it doesn't, it's going to be really toasty here too, and that doesn't make for the most exciting experience hanging out there and sweating while you're waiting for stuff to blow up in the sky. Especially if there's just too many people. But that's kind of what I'm hoping too is that we get a good spot, we get decent weather and everything works out, everything lines up. That's generally the best way if things line up like that. The couple of years that we did it was really awesome. It rained and then it cleared the people out, and so we were able to get a good spot there one time. And then there's another time where they had the sprinklers going in the middle of the park, and that scared some people away, and they get a good spot running against the wall because of that. So it's all about luck and it's all about the timing. So hopefully it's really good. Yeah, hopefully it rains a little bit and then scares everybody away and end up with a good weather and a nice spot. So that's what I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes, but that's what I'm hoping. So it should be a really interesting time there in West Palm for the fireworks. For those of you who are interested in going to Boynton, Boynton fireworks are always really good over the water too. I just like seeing the fireworks over the water. That's really cool. So and Lake Worth with the drones, that'll be neat too. But one of the best fireworks things I've seen a few times was the one in Daytona where they had for the race there. Those were awesome. Unfortunately, the race has been moved to August, which we've talked about on this show before, and it's just not the same there anymore. So unfortunately, things change. Uh, you planning on seeing fireworks on Saturday? Besides the ones at your niece's birthday party? Just over to my father's house. That'll be that's the main thing. Just do like a little simple thing. We've done the fried chicken or something like that before. Done burgers a few times. So just something simple, good summertime meal thing. That's it. It should be hopefully it's a good weekend. Hopefully it's a good weekend of racing, nice and safe. I know that unfortunately there was an incident at the last American flat track race where one of the competitors was killed. It's not a very good thing. They do have information on the American flat track website about how to donate to his family. So if you want to check that out, that's a good thing to do. But hopefully it's a nice safe race there in DuQuoin this weekend and all across the country as well. Um, the IndyCar race should be interesting with the fact that the big racers there, Felix Rosenqvist and Scott Dixon, have announced they're going to be leaving their respective teams and teaming up next year for a super team. So interesting. It's been 24 years of Scott Dixon racing for Ganassi Racing. Next year he goes out on a different path with a different team. So that'll definitely be something, and we'll be covering that a little bit more in the future. But that's definitely a big step, and some people are really surprised by that. I think it's definitely a little surprising, but Dixon is an awesome driver. He was recently put into the IndyCar Hall of Fame, so he knows what he's doing, and he will hopefully he succeeds rather well in his next team as well. It'll definitely be something to see, but how Chip Ganassi Racing adjusts without their biggest racer in the history of the team next year. Definitely be something. It's going to be a lot of changes for that team, and hopefully they're able to work through it and see how it goes. I know that Ganassi has had some serious issues in the past 3 years with people leaving the teams and then the team kind of suffering. So we'll see how it goes with their IndyCar team. Yep, should be something. Um, yeah, with that, let's go ahead and close out the show for this evening. It was nice to discuss the upcoming Fourth of July weekend plans. Hopefully everybody has a good Fourth of July weekend. Happy sesquicentennial to the United States of America. Be sure to check out past episodes of Thursday Night Thunder by visiting facebook.com/SD Thursday Night Thunder. Listen to previous episodes of this show at Thursday Night Thunder Podcast.podbean.com. You can also check out our AI inspired episodes that we have of Thunder Today. I've done 3 of them so far, and I've also done a Spooky Sunday edition, which talked a little bit more about some of the Halloween events taking place in South Florida and Central Florida as well. Be sure to check those out. Those can also be found at those 2 pages at facebook.com/SD Thursday Night Thunder and Thursday Night Thunder Podcast.podbean.com. Let me know how you think about those shows. I think I'm going to do a few more in the future. So let me know what you think about them. I think they're coming together pretty well. You can also find the show on iHeartRadio, Boomplay, Spotify, Player FM, and your favorite space to get podcasts. You can also go to youtube.com/RevorPlums. All the episodes of this show and the Thunder Today shows can be found there in the podcast section. If you'd like to support the show, be sure to check out the fan club feature on the Podbean app. Visit facebook.com/SD Thursday Night Thunder for more details. I also invite you to check out my racing news site at motorsportsnewsandviews.wordpress.com. I put out 19 different articles last week on that site and an additional 5 or so during the week. So be sure to check that out. I've got a bunch of different news about all sorts of motorsports, as well as PRI, a little bit of stuff about SEMA, and some other things about some different products that we're talking about in the future. So there's some good stuff there. Be sure to check it out. In addition, if you're a fan of South Florida and who isn't, be sure to check out the latest news and information from our slice of paradise at my travel blog, For Plum's Fantastic Finds, which can be found on Facebook, on X, and by heading to For Plum's Fantastic Finds, that's FABORPLUMBS, fantasticfinds.wordpress.com. Thanks again, and have a great night.